Well, the spring sports season is winding up, Bob, and we'll talk a little bit about these and a little something about football too, obviously.
Right.
Can't get by without some big orange football.
Right.
But let's jump into kind of a disappointing tone in the baseball team, Bob.
Yeah, it's not been the season we anticipated. Or what it was even at midway through the season. We looked awful good, but we are not playing well right now. I think, if I remember correctly, we've lost 5 out of the last 6 series. Could we turn things around? Yeah, we could. I mean, I feel like we got the talent.
The talent's there.
But I mean, I think I think one of the biggest things, we've got to get some more home runs. We haven't been able to hit that many here in the last little bit. And
Well, at one point, it looked like it was a given that we was going to set the NCAA record for grand slams, and they disappeared like a fart in the wind.
I think that's probably one of the bigger differences in this team is that, and the relievers. Our starting pitching's good, it seems like, and but our relievers seem like it's not been as good as it has been. Our fielding is worse than it has been, and it's never been great under Vitello. But this is we give up about a run a game. It feels like due to poor fielding. I mean, and it's not just fielding. I mean, we'll have an error where we throw it past the first baseman or third baseman or whatever, and trying to pick somebody off. I mean, it's pretty comical at times. But
Well, this team's lost its mojo.
and I think that might be the thing with them, man. And could they get it back? Yeah, I mean, but they better hurry.
Yeah, it's on us now. I mean, it is on us now.
Yeah.
It's individually, I look at players, and you see high upside across the roster.
Yeah.
But right now, their performance is not matching up to their own expectations for their own selves, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, Tony's tried all kinds of different combinations of players at different positions and just different players, and I mean,
It's largely been ineffective.
it really has. I mean, I think you've just got too many guys who, struggle with hitting lefties or righties or, hitting curveballs or whatever. I mean, that kind of stuff. And you just don't get enough consistency out of those, especially a lot of those young guys. And I think that's what's hurt us really.
It has. But, on the bright side of things, let's flip over to the ladies' side of things.
Okay.
Karen Weekly has positioned her Lady Vols, I think, pretty nicely going forward.
Yeah, as the recording of this video, we're going to play
Ohio State.
Ohio State today. I can't remember, but they've got to beat us twice, and the thing's really opened up well for us. LSU, the top 10 team that was going to be in the next bracket, got beat. So looks like most likely it's going to be Nebraska who will be playing, and Ohio State and Nebraska are very closely ranked.
Borderline top 20, top 25 teams.
So I mean, Tennessee top 10 team, top 5 to 10 range, depending on what poll you look at. I mean, it's no grand,
Well, it's not slam dunk,
but it's possible. Very likely.
It's open to get to the College World Series for the
Yeah.
Lady Vols.
I mean, at this point, it would be
I
a
think
disappointment if they did not make the College World Series.
Yeah, which I'm not even sure they even call it College World Series. I'm thinking they call it something else right now, and I may be totally wrong about that. That just popped in my brain. Which one of many things that probably need to pop in and pop right back out.
But I mean, they got a real shot to making the final 8, and they look fantastic. So you got them looking good, and then the Lady Vols basketball team's going to be looking good this year. So it's
on the ladies' side of the front board, things are looking nice.
Right.
Bob, let's quickly talk about one big thing kind of going around right now. That's the Tennessee apparel deal. for all you guys out there that, like to get a good jersey or a good quality hat sometime or another,
Right.
cap. Our contract with Nike is expiring soon.
Mm-hmm.
And the word on the street, Bob, is that we got a company that's coming a courting with a lot of money in their bag.
Yeah, looks like Adidas is going to swing for the fences on this one, and going to make it hard for the Nike to match it, which I reckon they have 15 days to match once the offer's thrown out there.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had to put money down on it right now, to me, I'm thinking we're probably going to go to Adidas. Which, not a big deal to me, one way or the other, honestly. The only problem I had with Adidas last time we had them was seemed like the orange was a little off. There really wasn't a lot of consistency with their orange.
And see, I'm not a big clothes guy. I couldn't even told you when the last time who we had before Nike. I didn't remember.
It was Adidas.
Was it? I was thinking it was Under Armour. See how much I tell you.
Yeah.
Or, you know, it could be a Walmart brand. I couldn't.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, Nike though is also the big kid on the block. A lot of people absolutely only want to buy Nike products.
Right.
That would be kind of negative for some of the fan base, but for the university who is looking for every dollar they can get,
Yeah.
Right now, there's a lot of numbers with a lot of zeros behind it that's going to be tossed their way. I expect Adidas to be the winner also on that deal. I don't think Nike will match, which tells you how much of a larger offer that it looks like Adidas is willing to put out there.
Yeah. Like you said, though, it's a good time to
It was a great time
to own this market. I mean,
the Tennessee Athletic brand right now is very desirable.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got Lady Vols, softball, basketball's about to tire it up.
Opens up a large segment of the market for the women.
And they
like to buy the stuff.
They like to spend money, I've heard.
I've heard they enjoy buying things. So.
They do. So I mean,
that opens up a large space.
Yeah, and you got, baseball is always going to be good. Basketball is always going to be good. Or it seems like it has in the last
decade.
Yeah. Football. I mean, everything's good. So, I mean, you got a lot of, and people like to, I mean, whether you like it or not, I've never been a big bandwagon guy, but when you're winning, people buy the merchandise more. I mean, it's just part of it.
And yeah, right now we're winning and everything.
Winning. So we're big. And as far as the different brands, it don't really matter that much to me. Honestly, I probably prefer Under Armour over those two personally. And really, honestly, Nike's clothing, I'm kind of in that in between on theirs. Theirs seems to be a little tighter. So I have a struggle buying anything Nike just because it seems like I'm kind of in between sizes with them. But but it's no big deal either way to me. But now some people.
What size would that be, Bob?
With Nike?
Yeah, extra large jumbo midget or?
I don't think they quite label it that way, but I probably Nike probably would be extra large, which is kind of tells you what they have issues with. If anybody knows me, I'm kind of not a big dude.
I mean, actually, extra large children's section.
Right. And that's probably where I would be. I think these are based off of these Chinese workers that
you're probably
making
right.
these clothes over in, China for Nike, I think that's the problem.
They very well may be. Bob, I also like to talk a little bit about that. I saw where I think one of the betting sites did another update on the win totals. Tennessee's stayed at, I think, 8.5.
Mm-hmm.
And I think really that's a gamble that most people just don't know what to expect out of Tennessee from a national and even a regional Southeastern Conference perspective.
Right.
Do you see any movement on that anytime soon? I could see it going down myself, but
I really don't see any movement. Maybe you might see some close to the start of the season, I could see some movement then.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's when I'm talking about movement.
But honestly, I think a lot of it's tied to the quarterback position, as always. I mean, if people are going to look at quarterback, um, did we lose any stars? And we did. People like James Pierce, that gets notoriety from the people that's,
Well, these are the names the national people know.
right,
Some fan in Oregon isn't going to know about our second string tight end,
right,
but they very well may have heard that Dylan Sampson, rushed for 14 million yards.
right,
James Pierce was a day one pick
right,
in the NFL draft. So that's what they see. They don't know about what we and our fan base would know.
right. And that's true.
And you see there about people in Auburn, Alabama, and
all of
Georgia.
I mean, I don't expect no big drop off, but when it comes right down to it, to keep some keys to this season, we'll say it many times between now and season time. Quarterback play, number one. I think wide receivers, huge part of this team. What do they do? They need to make an improvement, and some young guys need to step up. And probably number three for me is probably injuries. I feel like this team has a lot of ability. We got a lot of talent, and that's probably number four. But number three for me is injuries. We got so many guys that just needs to stay healthy. And for me, four would be young people. We need freshmen to play and be contributors that they normally would.
I might flip that. I might put that as my one or two.
I wouldn't doubt that because, I mean, we're going to have it at wide receiver.
I often say that our talent base right now is better than any time during Josh Heupel experience, but that talent base is largely tied to the last couple of classes.
Yeah.
And it means you got to get them on the field.
They better show up at wide receiver in particular, and your right tackle is going to be a true freshman. Tackles, those are huge positions for you. I mean, and you're going to have, redshirt freshmen, could possibly be your quarterback. So, I mean, there's a lot of young players that's going to be huge contributors on this team.
Well, they will be, Bob, and I think the majority of our questions will be answered affirmatively.
Yeah.
But I've been around long enough to know that they're all not going to. But we'll see how other teams,
Yeah.
It's really who are you playing against, and our schedule is manageable.
Right.
So we got a little wiggle room on several teams while these questions get answered.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll have a little better feel for this season come in toward the end of fall practice. Maybe people will be saying, Aguilar or Merklinger looking fantastic in practice. Mike Matthews, Travis Smith, people like that are just killing it, looks fantastic. Fall practice. So many people,
Well, you're going to have a surprise or two both ways.
Yeah. So, hopefully we'll get some good news between now and there, but I don't see that win total moving much between now and game one.
Well, if it does, I wouldn't be shocked if it went down.
If there's some bad news, yeah. Some injuries, possibly, fall camp, some that type of stuff. And I could see it going down just because people are looking at it a little closer.
Well, I think that's what I would think. And, obviously, you never know what's happening in other places.
Right.
And
that
news coming out of some teams in our win total area.
Yeah, like Florida, for instance. That's a wild card team. They were playing really good at times last year.
Oh, exceeded expectations by a ton.
Heard some Lagway injury news out there, some possible issues with I think it was his shoulder. Does that affect him? Is he great come game one? That might change that, or
any setback on the Lagway front would
change their win total by 2 or 3 losses, probably.
Yeah. So things like that's going to happen. But
yeah,
guys, we do appreciate you dropping by again today, spending a little time with us. Drop us a line, tell us what you think on that win total. And who do you prefer as your uh, provider of our apparel?
Yeah.
Um, and really be beyond that. I mean, would you be willing to take your second choice if the university got a lot more money?
Yeah, that's
I think
an
that's the
interesting
actual
question.
key.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hit us a like and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed.
Yep.
All I've got left, Bob, is to go big orange and for yourself.
Go Vols.